Hi, I'm Jose. You're in Mexico City. This is the Toy Factory. I'm a co-owner with Phil Vinal. Basically, we created this place 10 years ago, and it's like a very small but big powerhouse of music production, programming, of course mixing, and anything you can imagine can be done here. We're collectors of gear. We got different kind of toys and we are always like collecting like sonic sources for every kind. We are in the epicenter of Latin America's music culture, Mexico, which is known for for the sonic experimentation and good taste as well, and good history. This corner is part of the Toy Factory collection, which is full of Casio tones, MT45, the Concert Mate 400. Obviously, this one is a classic, the Yamaha Porta Sound SS30, classic from the 80s. It would have like a integrated microphone for sampling. Every kid back in 1983 wanted to have this guy for Christmas. Also another one, Casio SK1, that has been it had like an intervention here, like some crazy shit. Also classic, this one for sampling in your home back in the 80s. More Casio stuff. This is like a more sonic sources for every kind, for every purpose. Obviously the cables, what else can I say? Like some vintage, crappy but classic headphones, and the keyboard of a piano that we broke on purpose just to preserve the harp. This is more things that we really like from the collection. All these guys from Criterin Guitari, the Bolsa bass, the pocket piano, and this guy, which is beautiful, the organelle. Some classic shit, some ducks. My Phil Vinal loves the ducks, and we have like some some contributions from our visitors, and there are some couple of good ones. For example, solo is the devil's button, which is really true. When you're like soloing some part of your multi-track and realize that it has some imperfections, well, just unsolo it, because solo is the devil's button. What else? We got some 12 strings guitar, some electric mandolina, and another classic. This one, the Yamaha QY20. It's a sampler and sequencer from the 90s, pretty good. And basically, yeah, we can. Oh, there's a microphone here. There's a lot of, like different sonic sources to play with. Section is a mixing outboard section. There are different compressors and EQs and maybe an old H3000 Ultra Harmonizer Lexicon Prime Time, which is great. We love this one. It's like the tape machine, like a time machine, I would say. It's a Prime Time Lexicon. What else? So everything goes straight to this patch bay, which is the central hub for all the connections to connect every single point of the studio with another. We got beautiful synthesizers here. This is a Moog Mini Moog. This is a Moog Mini Moog from 1971. It's a little, it needs some love, but it sounds perfect. This is the ultimate monophonic synthesizer, you know. I always wanted to have this one when I was a kid. What else? Basically, this side of the studio, it's everything connected. Now we have this Oberheim, but usually can be another synthesizer in there. But the whole point is we have everything is connected. It goes through this orange micro terror. And also, it's mic'd, so it goes straight to the input, so you can have you know, a mic capture from this telephone amplifier driven by the orange micro terror. So basically we got of course a beautiful book collection with a lot of jewels. For example, the classical music book, beautiful. So basically it's part of the collection, not only gear but also music and sonic orientated bibliography. Here's a NAMEC BC2 desktop console, and it's basically, the legend says that this was on the BBC because it's like a broadcast console, but it's pretty good because it has like its own onboard compressor. It's 16 channels of rock and roll. Dear old Phil brought it all the way from London to the toy factory. That's the distortion section. Of course, the Sherman filter, which is a classic. Here's our friend, dear old Alfred Hitchcock. What else? Okay, also here's all the cables to connect all the points of the patch bay. So this is all converters, all Universal Audio Apollos. It's Apollo 16 and Apollo 8 in my old Apollo from 2014. We also got Apogees to connect via ADAT. So we basically got like a 40 input and output system. What else? We got the satellite here. And we recently moved to Universal Audio because it's very flexible, and you got a bunch of plugins and emulators. And it's interesting because most of the ones we have on digital with the UAD collection, we have them here in physical. For example, this DBX 160, it's a beautiful compressor we like. Obviously the Distressor from Empirical Labs. We like the Barefoot, the Micromain 27. It's an amazing piece of power, you know. It sounds really good. Actually, they sound amazing in this room. We realized that the Barefoot are amazing monitors, studio monitors, but they fit perfect with the acoustics of this room. We also have this Unity. These are like the big glasses, and you know, like the microscope to do like some sonic tweakings, more like you know, more like clinical scoop to the music. And what else? Oh, we have this also. We have all our mixes checked in mono in this vintage mono radio, which is connected there, so we can check our mixes there, and also an Avantone, also mono. So this is this was supposed to be like a booth, but end up being like more like a closet, like a cupboard. You can find any kind of stuff in here from the, you know, we love this guy from the 90s, the various TIs now from Access. I think they don't build it anymore, but it's a classic sound. We love it. And for example, this guy, it's a Russian, Mexican-Russian engineer, Konstantin Tokarev. He built this instrument. It's a proto synth. So he built it. He made it. It's out of copper, you know. It has its integrated wooden speaker here. Well, it's mostly the Phil's collection of guitars, different ukuleles, a seagull from Canada. We got this interesting instrument from some part of the Mediterranean because it has like some olives there. I don't know, but it's interesting. It has a... So basically everything that is not fit in the room end up being stored here. We got a banjo as well, a bunch of synthesizers, of course the beautiful Push 2, the Akai Force, one of my favorite weapons. This guy, this has been my synthesizer for almost 20 years. It's the one I used to use with the Punta Beat. Great synth. It's a North modular. You can tweak and make your own patches inside a computer and then put them back in. And amazing sound. I just bought a new one, but this is not they don't build it anymore, so it's basically a collector's piece. Classic one. Beautiful sound. 4-track, a Porta Studio, mini studio. Back then, when there was no computer, there were no computers, you would make your music in this kind of multi-track machine down to tape. So this is the last addition to the studio. This used to be just like a boring wall. We only had like this beautiful Rhodes Mark II, and suddenly we had like a bunch of different modules and you know, semi-modular synthesizers. So I decided to put them all together into one single super instrument. It's basically like a entire microorganism that works by itself, you know. It's like a one single instrument made out of many pieces. And so we started building like bit by bit. Then we put the shelves, and then we added some lights, and there you go. And now we have an interesting you know, rabbit hole to get lost in.
And what do you call this?
Well, it's just like a wall of sound, I guess. It's you can call it what you want. It's all right. What do we call it? Like the wall of sound, or the wall of synth, or we love it. So that's the last addition. So it's like basically my science project, because there was like a bunch of synthesizers like stumbling around the studio. So as you noticed, we have very small space. So we decided to put them all together, all connected, all ready to go. And also we added some speakers. So if you're in a regular session, if someone is producing here or editing, and we're in a session, in a recording session, I can come here in this corner and, you know, design or arrange some music for the piece we're working on. There's no need to tell the engineer in charge to, hey, please open my channel. I just have my dedicated speakers, as well as we have on the other side of the room. So the workflow is very natural, so everybody can be playing and jamming over the piece we're working on on both sides of the studio, and also there can be the engineer capturing everything, because everything that happens here goes straight to a cable through a snake under the floor. Have you seen this? So there's a cable that comes from the console straight under the floor to a hole and goes straight to the Apollo. So it's a ready to go powerhouse system. So this guy is the Move Ableton Move, just came out a couple of weeks ago, and since I'm a very enthusiastic user of every Ableton product, I decided to go for it, and it turns out that it was the last piece needed on this place, because now this guy delivers the MIDI clock for the whole system. It's a powerful machine and very portable. I was very reluctant to buy it when I saw first the videos, the promotionals, but once I get it, I realized that the architecture and all the logic, the architecture, the construction is pretty Ableton based, you know, the same logic of live, note, and also the push. So it was very natural to integrate it as the last piece of the Synth Wall. So basically, this is like the Toy Factory covered. We got more stuff, part of the collection. Right here, we got, let's see, you know, some pedals. We love all these electro harmonics. And then what else? A bunch of these Mooger Foogers. More stuff. Got some pedals here. Obviously this one is a classic, the micro synthesizer, you know, from the late 90s. We used to do it, use it a lot. What else? We got classic controller from Native Instruments. This guy was part of my weaponry back in the early 2000s. My favorite, this beautiful Korg Poly 6, which is a classic, but now it's even better because Akira Honda, some Japanese Mexican engineer, made it MIDI, so you can control via MIDI. This guy, this monster is beautiful. What else? We got the classic Juno 106. Below this one. It needs some love, you know, because it's really vintage. We love this guy. This is a beautiful Mellotron. And we love this guy, the Suzuki Omnichord, this rare version. And of course, a vocoder VC340, a simulation from the Roland vocoder from Behringer, Schoenhood toy piano, and we also have all the collection of the Yamaha Reface synthesizers, very portable and sexy ones. Oh, this is another classic. This guy, the Waldorf Microwave, a classic from the early 90s, I guess. It's a wavetable synthesizer from Waldorf. This is from Germany. Of course, some dear old Chorus Echo from Roland. Oh, this is the toaster mic. This is basically a microphone made out of a toaster from the you know, this is British made Alto, so it has like just like a regular converter, realistic microphone, contact microphone there. So this is great for record like trashy sound for drums. They use it a lot for drums. I really don't use this guy, but it's stunning how they made an old toaster a microphone. For coming to the Toy Factory in Panorama, Mexico City. If you ever want to come or book a session or make music with us, just pinch the link below and have fun. Enjoy.